Bippity blam, what's up? Creepers and Teachers Christy Atari Creep. How is everyone doing today? What's going on, everybody? Alex, meow. You're a cute little kitty cat. How are you? And hello to you, Poss. I'll just say Poss because I can barely see. It's Possum and Grits, right? Coolest name ever. Love that shit. I don't have my glasses. They're at work still, so sometimes I can't see the chat too well. Yeah, let me do something here real quick. So Yars Revenge. What more can be said about fucking Yars Revenge? You know what I'm saying? Um, it's a failure, so to speak, gone amazing. Richie Skulls, what's going on, my man? What's going on? How you been? I think it's been a minute since we've talked to each other. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about Yars Revenge a little bit. I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here. I'm kind of tired, and tomorrow starts my work week, so I gotta be up early to get the lady to the choo-choo station. But yeah, Yow's Revenge originally started off as a port of Starcastle, if you don't know that. And because of the limitations of the console, obviously it couldn't be made. So Howard Scott, in his infinite wisdom, his brilliance, came up with Yaz Revenge. Fucking Yaz Revenge. And a number of other games, you know, like Razor Lost Ark was a great game. E.T. was kind of meh, but I don't think too many people remember that fucking game. But the guy had an interesting catalog for sure. So it turns out, still have a copy of the comic that came with the game. Yeah, that comic's pretty trippy, man. It's pretty trippy. Um, yeah, obviously one of my top 5 favorite games of all time, at least on the system, in my top 10 of all time. And just a fantastic game. So, what are we talking about tonight? But before we do, that little symbol over there, little red, white, and blue, that is Gen X Grown Up. If it wasn't for him, I would not have known about this article. By the way, the article that we're going to be looking at is in the down in the description. Go ahead and click on it so you can read along. It's not long, 2 paragraphs basically, and it's just a meat and potatoes kind of. This is what's happening. No frills, no spills, but um, Gen X Grown Up. Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Move on to the next thing here. So this is going to be the top of the article here. Let me see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. 3 stars. Hi. Did you buy the Game Boy Advance version? Yeah, no. I've never had the Game Boy Advance. I never really collected for the Advance. I had a couple, but I never really collected for it. Never really cared. I'm not a handheld guy, you know. Um, yeah, I just never. No, I haven't played that, but I did have the Atari 3 pack. And I think it had Pong, it had Yars Revenge. I don't remember what else for the Game Boy that I played, ironically, on a Game Boy Advance. So, go figure. So, the article here, let me pull it up on my phone so I can read it a little bit. It just says that Howard Scott Warshaw announces Yars Revenge sequel decades after the release of the original. Now, we do have a pseudo sequel. It's more of a homebrew called Yars Returns. I think it's called Yaz Returns, and they basically take the same premise and they put the force field thing in a square, you know, in some, you know, it's just a little bit different. It goes around the whole tile and all that stuff, and it just basically revamped. It just looks different, almost like an extension of the original, which is really fun. I was actually playing it today on my Evercade, and yeah, long time for sure. I'll get at you on IG later. Okay, Richie, rad. Um, I was playing it on my Evercade earlier. I was thinking about actually playing it, recording my thoughts on this, and then having that in the background while I yap. But I figured, you know what the heck? After all the 3 ladies go to bed, shortly before I go to bed, I'll do a quick live stream. So we're going to move on to the first part of the article. Again, I just have some screen caps. The actual article, the link is down below. And again, I don't have my glasses, so it's going to be hard seeing the screen. You know what? Let me do something to try to make it bigger on my part. All right, it says I have signed a deal with Atari to do Yars Revenge sequel. How it says there are other Yars Revenge productions coming out from Atari, but I am actually going to design and oversee the development of an actual HSW Yars Revenge sequel. It's design I've had in my head for decades. I can only imagine. And I wonder what stopped him from doing it as a passion project. That could be something that could be asked of him in an interview. What stopped him? I know he has a completely different career now, but I don't know if this is the type of thing that the bug stays in here or whatever. But pretty cool, pretty cool. So he's had this idea for decades. And he says he thought about doing it. I wanted to do it. I got to talking with Atari recently. That's good. And it turns out it looks like we're going to do that. So just wanted to let you know what's what that is coming. Sorry guys, I can't really read. I'm exhausted. There's no release date for the game yet, though the sound of the game still very is in very early development. So let's move over to the next one here. It goes on to further say that according to Scott Warshaw, the sequel it has been kind of stewing around for a couple of years. It's going to have the same spirit as the original. Um, he's not going to make it modern though. That's the interesting thing. He says it'll be on a number of platforms. I'm reading the second paragraph now. The top one is just kind of basically what I just said there. It's not initially going to be a 2600 game, but the game could be developed on the 2600 because it was designed on the 2600. So I think what he's saying there is he's going to design it with the limitations of the original 2600 in mind, but with the cheats of today where we know how we can. I mean, have you seen some of the stuff that's coming off of the Atari 2600? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Did you play the Yars Revenge PC remake? I have not. I never really got into any of the PC games, really ever. Um, as far as like DOS and all that's concerned, and Windows. I've never no, I've never really gotten into those. I had some from Taco Bell. If I remember correctly, those CD-ROM games were the original games, but they sounded and looked weird. But I don't think they were updated versions. I seem to remember Taco Bell having a bunch out a while ago. But no, I've never played that one either. I never really had an interest in playing anything past that. And to be honest with you, the computer one I didn't really know existed up until recent years, probably in the last 10 years or so. Hope it hits 2600 would be amazing. Well, he's saying it's going to be designed as if it was being designed on the 2600. They're just going to use some kind of hocus pocus to be able to port it onto other systems and everything. So I don't see why it wouldn't be. I just don't think Atari would pay for something like that. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Um, it would be up to somebody, somebody other than Atari. I don't think they're gonna pump out. Maybe they may pump out like say 100 hand signed ones or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe that's part of the whole 50th birthday extravaganza. I don't know. So if he's talking about keeping the same spirit, but there are ideas that he's had in his head, and given the limitations of the 2600, regardless of how much they can be pushed, what kind of things can you think is going to be in the game? I can't even imagine. It would have to have at least the same main elements. There's four main elements in the game. There's the shield, there's the co-tile, there's the cannon, there's a little deal around the cannon, and of course, Yar himself. You would have to have at least all those in some kind of way. And it's my understanding that in the larger article, this is just a snippet from an actual other interview that they had done with Howard Scott Warshaw. He did bring up probably the one you're talking about there, the PC one, where it's almost like a rail shooter almost, and he's saying it's going to be nothing like that whatsoever. So I don't know. I don't know. Any ideas for you guys? I usually don't pass it off to you that quickly, but I am going to probably go to bed here pretty soon. But I can't even imagine what it's going to look like or what it's even going to be like. We're definitely going to see multiple stages. I know that. I wonder if we're going to see like a power system or a health meter or something like that. Maybe do it with 7800 controls. That would be awesome, actually. That would be great. But I don't know. Any ideas? Anyone? Bueller? Bueller? How many people I got watching? I'm showing 8. Wow. I'm surprised this late I have 8 people watching. Hey, Phil, what's up, buddy? Phew, I need to make some tea and get ready to stream myself. Oh, right on, man. I'm going to be going to bed pretty much right when I'm done here in a few minutes, so I'll try to catch you a little bit before I do hit the pillow. Retro Arcade Music Man, what's going on? What's going on? We're talking about Howard Scott Warshaw announcing that he's teamed up with Atari to make an Atari 2600 esque sequel to the original Yars Revenge. My guess is that the Atari XP 2600 card VCS and download. Um, yeah, if it gets ported to the Atari 2600, it would have to go that route. I didn't even think of the XP. I didn't even think of that because I'm not really interested in it. Um, yeah, like I was saying earlier, Phil, that I was playing Yars Returns on my Evercade, so I already have it. I don't need a cartridge for it, but I also have it on a couple of flashbacks. Could be more enemies leading up to a final battle. How wonderful would that be? I mean, obviously, the little dealio would be um, different shapes. I'm wondering if you'd have to go through like you tear apart just one wall and then you got to fly down, almost like a hero situation or Pitfall 2. You got to keep eating through these things and blowing something up until you get to the main. Yeah, actually, that would be pretty cool. That would be really cool. I chime in, but I forgot what the game looked like. Richie says, "I just wanted to tune in and get my learn on." Right on, dude. Yeah, no problem. Retro Arcade Music Man says, "Would it look like a reboot Centipede or Black Widow?" No, I don't think he's going for that vector. He's not going for that. It says in the article that he's trying to keep it with the original spirit and the 2600 in mind, though it's not directly ported to it. Sweet and tender hooligan, what's going on? Thanks for stopping in. Hey, no swear. Hey, creep. Hope everyone's having a good day. Yeah, right back at you, Jerome. What's going on, my friend? What's going on? Have you heard about this, man? Howard Scott's coming back for another Yaz Revenge. I think he should put a. I think he should put an Easter egg in it called Howard Scott Warshaw's Revenge, and make him a ship that flies around with bullets, lasers, bombs, whatever you want to call it, and he goes after something ET related. I mean, because it. I mean, think about it. For years, I bet you that thing destroyed his mind. Like, God damn it, all these people hate me for no reason. I had like 2 minutes to work on something. Poor dude. Makes some of the best games and then the one that really gets him. Some kind of revenge plot in it. That'd be great. Yeah. Let's see. No sort of says that, or it'll just be ET with the Yars replacing ET. That would be awesome, dude. I would buy that. Phil, no joke. I would own that in every form I could. I like Yars Revenge so much more today than I did back in the day. I played a lot of it and I loved it back in the day. I respect it more today, I think is the word I would use. Um, but I'm all for the original creator coming back. This is Richie Skulls now. Dropping something new. Should be rad. Yeah, dude. Especially if it's something that's been in his mind since he was originally doing this stuff. Sometimes like the old cats can come back and create something new. And though it kind of has the luster of the old, it really is new. If this thing's been in his head since way back then, uh, you know, I think he said something like 30 years or something like that. It's gonna have the idea of probably more of an NES style than anything, um, but with an Atari aesthetic. I bet you that's what it's gonna be like. All right, Jerome. This game would be great. Very interested. Yeah, man. Totally. Totally. All right, so I gotta make this one quick and go to bed. So if anyone else has any thoughts, you know, let's hear them now. For never now, or hold your peace and speak your whatever. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, thanks for coming in for just this little quickie. I was supposed to make a video today about my Evercade, my first cartridge playthrough, and I got lazy and just didn't do it. I'm not gonna lie to you and say something came up. No, I got lazy and chose to do other stuff, painting, and met with a friend today, so who actually needed my company. So I guess it was a really good thing. But hold on one second. I'm drinking soda, so I get the bubblies. So guys, thanks for coming out and talking about this. Go ahead and leave more thoughts down in the comments. That would be great. Thumbs up, thumbs down. You know all that stuff. It's all positive to me. I hope you guys are all having a great night. No swear if you're still in here. I'll pop in for a second while I'm getting ready for bed. And Jerome, I'm working on it, but I'm actually I took steps 2 days ago to hopefully get to that point very soon, Jerome. We will be doing some gaming streams, of course, a lot of Atari. And if everything goes well, I'm hoping by at least mid July, end of July, at the very latest, worst case scenario. I mean, obviously, worst case scenario being nothing, but we'll get into that here pretty soon. Okay, I'll do an update video, and hopefully things will work out this time. I think I got it all worked out. So, Richie says, rad news for sure. Almost at 2,000 followers. Congrats, dude. Thank you, man. Thank you. I got a really cool package put together. If I do get to 2 grand, if I get to 10 grand, I'll blow you off. No, I'm just kidding. If I get to 2 grand, I got an Atari 2600 package I'm putting together that hopefully will go to somebody who wants to learn about this console. You know, someone I've always wanted one but never got one, that kind of thing. But guys, I gotta get to bed. I hope you're all doing well. And until next time, take care. Keep it real. And bye bye. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys. Appreciate it. I love you all. You're awesome.